the overlooked link between food and your sexual health. If you've noticed your erections becoming weaker, less reliable, or even disappearing altogether, this might be the most important message you read all year. Because contrary to what many believe, it's not just your age working against you. The truth is, your daily diet might be quietly sabotaging your sexual vitality. As someone who spent decades in men's health, I can say with certainty, what you eat directly influences the strength, circulation, and stamina of your erections. And once you're over 60, that connection becomes even more critical. I'm Dr. Edward M., a urologist and men's health specialist with more than 30 years of experience helping older men naturally regain control over their sexual well-being. And today, I want to share something most doctors simply don't talk about: the truth about off-limits foods. You've probably been told to cut back on red meat, nuts, and even some leafy greens for the sake of your heart. But here's what most men don't know. These very foods, when chosen and prepared correctly, can actually boost blood flow, elevate testosterone, and help you feel more energized, more confident, and more like yourself again. What you'll discover today. In the next few minutes, I'll walk you through 3 specific foods, all backed by solid research, that can help you experience stronger, more consistent erections, increased energy, and renewed confidence. One of them, hardly ever discussed, might even be the key to reigniting the best sex of your life. Let's dive in. Before we begin, a quick favor. If you're someone who values practical, science-backed advice for staying strong and healthy after 60, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I share content regularly designed specifically for men like you. And if what you're hearing resonates, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. That helps me better understand how to serve you. The foundation of every erection: blood flow. Before we get into the foods themselves, before testosterone boosters, herbs, or even libido, need to start with what really matters most: blood flow. 1. Blood flow is the real driver behind erections. When I meet with men in their 60s or 70s who are frustrated with weak or inconsistent erections, the first thing I ask about isn't hormone levels or medications. It's their circulatory health. Here's something most guys don't hear enough. An erection is a vascular event before anything else. It's not just about arousal or attraction, it's about whether your arteries can deliver enough blood to your penis, quickly and with enough pressure, to create and maintain a strong erection. And that entire process depends on the health of your blood vessels, whether they're clean, flexible, and open or clogged and constricted from years of poor habits. What your arteries are trying to tell you. Here's the part most men never see coming. By the time we hit our 60s, our arteries have often been under quiet attack for decades. Years of sugary foods, processed meals, inactivity, and stress take their toll bit by bit. Eventually, plaque begins to accumulate along the artery walls, narrowing the space where blood should flow freely. At first, it might just mean your erections aren't quite as firm. Then it becomes more difficult to stay hard. And over time, your body might stop responding altogether. It's easy to blame age, but the truth is, I've seen countless men completely turn their situation around, not with pills, but by focusing on their vascular health. A real story of change. One man I'll never forget was a 67-year-old retired teacher. When he first came to see me, he said, "Doc, I figured my sex life was behind me. I thought this was just part of getting older." But after making a few small, consistent changes, especially in what he ate, everything started to shift. His erections came back, his energy rose, and more than anything, his confidence returned. That's what circulation does. It doesn't just bring blood to your heart, it brings life back to your bedroom too. Address the root, not just the symptoms. Before we reach for another prescription or chase the next supplement, we need to focus on the root of the issue. The good news? You can dramatically improve blood flow with a few strategic changes, starting with what's on your plate. Food number 1, grass-fed beef, a hormone hero. One of the first foods I recommend to older men looking to restore blood flow and balance their hormones is something that may surprise you: red meat. Yes, I know. It's the very thing many have been told to avoid for years. But not all red meat is created equal, and when it's grass-fed, clean, and naturally raised, it becomes a powerful ally in your health. Time and again, men walk into my office saying something like, "Doc, I cut back on red meat just like I was told, but I'm still tired. I've lost my drive, and things just aren't the same in the bedroom." Cries. What they don't realize is that by eliminating the wrong kind of meat, they also removed one of the most effective sources of zinc, an essential mineral your body uses to produce testosterone, the hormone behind your strength, focus, and desire. Grass-fed beef is also rich in iron, helping deliver oxygen where it matters most, and packed with high-quality protein your body uses to rebuild, restore, and maintain muscle and stamina. A simple shift that changed everything. One of my patients' early 70s, thoughtful, health-conscious, had completely eliminated red meat from his diet. He genuinely believed he was doing the right thing for his heart. But over time, his energy levels sank, his testosterone dropped, and the strength of his erections quietly faded. He came in feeling discouraged, confused. He'd done everything right by conventional standards, but his body wasn't responding the way he'd hoped. So we made a small but meaningful change. He started eating grass-fed beef just twice a week, paired with a few other simple dietary shifts. Within a month, he was experiencing morning erections again. His drive had improved, and perhaps most importantly, he said, "I feel like myself again." And no, we're not talking about fast food burgers or heavily processed meats. I mean real, grass-fed beef, the kind your body can actually use. Sometimes, he'd top it with a slice of raw cheese, which is rich in vitamin K2, a nutrient that helps keep arteries elastic and blood flowing freely. It was a simple habit, but it made a powerful impact, the green most men overlook. Now, while grass-fed beef helps build testosterone and strength, it's only half the equation. To truly open up your blood vessels and improve blood flow, you need something green, fresh, and packed with natural nitric oxide. And chances are, you've walked past it in the produce aisle without a second thought. Let me introduce you to arugula. Food number 2, arugula, nature's blood flow booster. When people think of leafy greens, they usually picture spinach or kale, but there's one overlooked plant that quietly outperforms them when it comes to circulation, and that's arugula. Light, peppery, and often used as a garnish, arugula is what I call nature's blood flow leaf. It's rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that relaxes your blood vessels and improves circulation. And as we've already discussed, no blood flow, no erection. It really is that simple and that serious. The beauty of arugula is how easy it is to add to your daily routine. One of my patients, a retired Navy veteran in his late 60s, hadn't had a morning erection in years. He thought that part of his life was gone forever, but instead of turning to medication, we turned to food. I asked him to eat just 1 cup of arugula every day, drizzled with a bit of olive oil and lemon. Nothing complicated, just whole, natural food. 2 weeks later, I got an email that made me smile. "Doc," he wrote, "I think my wife might be more surprised than I am." That's the power of arugula fast, natural, and without side effects. Why this humble green packs a punch. Arugula might seem like a simple salad leaf, but don't let its mild appearance fool you. The real power lies beneath the surface. Just a handful a day can help relax your blood vessels, enhance circulation, and benefit both your heart health and your sexual function all at once. It works quickly, it works naturally, and most importantly, it works without side effects. But there's more to the story than blood flow. While healthy circulation is crucial, it's only half of what your body needs for consistent, satisfying erections. To fully support performance as you age, your system also requires specific mineral sand. That's where one small but mighty food enters the picture. Let's talk about it. Food number 3, pumpkin seeds, the unsung hero of men's health. Sometimes, the most potent solutions come in unassuming packages. That's exactly how I feel about pumpkin seeds. These tiny seeds often get overlooked, especially once Halloween is over, but they carry a nutritional punch that can shift everything for men dealing with fatigue, low libido, or weak erections. I like to call them nature's mineral powerhouse. Each seed is loaded with a mix of essential nutrients your body needs to thrive physically, mentally, and sexually. Chief among them is magnesium, a mineral that plays a key role in relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation right where you need it most. Magnesium also helps lower cortisol, your body's stress hormone, which can quietly sabotage libido and interfere with arousal. Add in zinc, which helps maintain testosterone levels, and selenium, which supports prostate health. And what you get is a food that supports your vitality on every level. A 72-year-old's comeback. One man who stands out in my memory was a 72-year-old grandfather. He walked into my office feeling drained and discouraged. It had been over a year since he'd had a firm erection, and he told me, "I just don't feel like myself anymore." We took a closer look at his labs. Sure enough, both his magnesium and zinc levels were low. I didn't hand him a prescription. I handed him a plan. I told him to eat a quarter cup of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds each day. He tossed them into his morning oatmeal, or just grabbed a handful as a snack. 4 weeks later, he came back grinning ear to ear. "Doc," he said, "I think I'm back." Why whole food always wins. That's the beauty of real food. It works with your body, not around it. Pumpkin seeds are simple, inexpensive, and highly effective. And when you pair them with grass-fed beef and arugula, you create the ideal foundation for restoring blood flow, boosting hormones, and regaining what you thought was lost. Bonus tip: the sunlight nutrient that brings it all together. There's still one more piece to this puzzle, a crucial factor that doesn't come from a plate, but from the sky. And if your levels are low, even the best food plan in the world might not be enough to get your performance back on track. Let's take a look at the missing hormone most men never think about. The overlooked nutrient that pulls everything together. Let's take a moment to look at one final but powerful piece of the puzzle, a nutrient that most men never think about. Yet it could be the key to bringing all the other changes to life. It's not something you'll find in your fridge or your spice rack. In fact, your body doesn't get it from food at all. It's made in your skin with the help of sunlight. I'm talking about vitamin D3, or what I often refer to as the erection hormone. Why vitamin D3 matters so much? Vitamin D3 plays a vital role in the production of testosterone and the health of your blood vessels. It helps lower inflammation, regulates blood pressure, and even boosts nitric oxide, the same molecule that improves circulation and allows for stronger, fuller erections. But here's the problem. Many older men are deficient in vitamin D and don't even know it. As we get older, we spend less time in the sun, and our skin becomes less efficient at turning sunlight into vitamin D. Without it, your body is left operating at a fraction of its potential, even if you're eating well. The story of a 65-year-old widower. One patient I worked with, a 65-year-old widower, had done everything he could think of to get his vitality back. He cleaned up his diet, exercised daily, and even tried natural supplements. But nothing really made a difference. We ran some blood work and discovered that his vitamin D levels were far too low. So we added a daily dose of 5,000 IU of vitamin D3. Within weeks, he told me he felt sharper, more energized, and to his surprise, his nighttime erections had returned. He hadn't expected that kind of shift, but there it was. Sometimes, it's the missing piece we least expect that makes the biggest impact. How to get more vitamin D3. I always recommend trying to get 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure per day if your climate and schedule allow it. But during colder months, or for men who spend most of their time indoors, a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement can be an easy and effective solution. It's a small change, but one that supports not just your sexual health, but your immune system, energy levels, and overall vitality. Putting it all together, a simple erectile health meal plan. Now that you've learned about the key foods and nutrients that help restore blood flow, support hormone production, and boost energy, natural next step is this. How do you make it practical? How can you combine all these elements into a way of eating that's simple, sustainable, and effective? Let's walk through what that looks like, one nourishing, satisfying plate at a time. One simple meal, big, lasting results. After working with so many men over the years, I can tell you this. The ones who truly reclaim their vitality aren't the ones who flip their lifestyle overnight. They're the ones who commit to small, steady habits and, Stay consistent. And often, it all begins with just one meal. Picture your plate: 6 to 8 ounces of tender, grass-fed beef, cooked gently to keep those powerful nutrients intact. Add a slice of raw cheese on top, a delicious touch that also delivers vitamin K2, which supports flexible, open arteries. Next to that, build a fresh arugula salad, drizzled with olive oil, a squeeze of lemon, maybe a dash of garlic, or a sprinkle of chopped walnuts. Each bite supports your heart, your blood flow, and your energy. And don't forget the final piece, a small handful of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, full of magnesium, zinc, and other minerals your body craves. Together, this one meal gives you clean protein, essential fats, circulation-boosting nitrates, and the minerals that fuel hormone balance, all in a way your body can absorb and actually use. I've had men tell me that eating this meal just 2 or 3 times a week changed everything. Their erections improved, their energy lifted, they felt sharper, more connected, more alive. And when you add a little daily sunshine or a high-quality vitamin D3 supplement, you give yourself the full support your body needs to perform, recover, and thrive. Conclusion: more than just food, it's a mindset. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something deeper than diet tips or health advice, something that touches the heart of what it means to grow older with strength and dignity. Here it is: your body is not done. It still knows how to heal, to adapt, and to perform in life, in love, and in the bedroom. But you have to give it the right fuel. You have to believe it's possible. After more than 3 decades working with men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, I can tell you, age is not the problem. The real issue is what we've been taught to expect. Weakness, fatigue, loss of desire, these aren't inevitable. They're signals, and they're reversible. You now understand the importance of blood flow, how it's the foundation of every erection, and how it's often poor circulation, not just low testosterone, that holds men back. You've learned that grass-fed beef can naturally support your hormones, that arugula can boost nitric oxide and open your arteries, and that pumpkin seeds deliver key minerals your body desperately needs. You've seen how a simple, often overlooked nutrient like vitamin D3 can spark real change-igniting energy, drive, and confidence. But here's the truth: these aren't just ingredients, they're tools, building blocks of strength, confidence, and connection. When you nourish your body, you're not chasing youth, you're reclaiming the best version of yourself. And that's what this journey is all about. This is your second prime. When you combine these foods, grass-fed beef, arugula, pumpkin seeds, vitamin D3, with intention and consistency, something powerful begins to happen. You're not just feeding your body, you're reclaiming a piece of yourself, a part you might have believed was lost to time. I've seen men go from defeated and discouraged to alive and confident again. And if it can happen for them, it can happen for you too. So here's what I want you to carry forward. This isn't the end, it's a new beginning. These years can be rich with energy, purpose, and connection. You've already got the wisdom and the life experience. Now you just need the circulation, strength, and vitality to match. So stay steady, stay hopeful, and most of all, stay in the game. Because some of the best chapters of your life might still be waiting for you. A note from the heart. If something in this message spoke to you, if it gave you clarity, encouragement, or even just one helpful shift, go ahead and click that like button so more men like you can find this message. And don't keep it to yourself. Share this with a friend, a brother, or someone in your life who might be going through this quietly. Got a story, a question, a win you want to share? Leave a comment. I read every one. Your words might be exactly what another man needs to hear today. And if you'd like to support this mission, creating real, meaningful content for men over 60, you can donate any amount using the link below. Every contribution helps us reach more men and spread a message of renewal, not decline. Thank you for showing up for your health, your strength, and your future. And remember, it's never too late to get back your energy, your confidence, and your spark. You're not alone. I'm walking this journey right alongside you.